We're here with Matt Wildman, Director of Sales with Cerner Ambulatory, with our Series 5 questions for EHR vendor executives. Matt, what differentiates Cerner's EHR today?
Healthcare is a very dynamic industry and it's changing every single day. We're responding to those changes by listening to our 45,000 providers and iterating our capabilities based on a significant R&D spend that we've made over the last 5 years and will continue to make again in the next 5 years to respond to those needs and continue to evolve our capabilities. I'll give you a few examples. We're doing a lot of things that are unique in this marketplace today in terms of what we've empowered our providers to use within the EMR. Specifically, we've deployed what we call semantic search within the workflow of our providers. So we're indexing every single data point within the record, whether it be medications, notes, allergies, and we're allowing providers to search for that like they would search on Google today and to quickly pull up that information at their fingertips in real-time fashion. That does not exist in any other supplier in the market today. We've enabled what we call natural language processing within our capabilities today, which allows providers who like to use free text or they like to dictate within their note. Previously, that information just existed in a blob format, and you couldn't really do anything with that from a reporting standpoint, from an indexing standpoint. So our natural language processor allows you to continue to document in those capabilities, but now that information's indexed. You can report against that, you can pull that up, and even more importantly, you can drive your charge based on that. So we're working with providers across the country that are able to code much more appropriately today because of the indexing of that information, and they're driving bigger top-line revenue into their organization because of that. We're also making significant workflow enhancements to our capabilities by reducing the number of clicks that a provider will utilize to navigate through traditional workflow. Workflows that used to take 30 to 40 clicks now take 2 to 3. It's a material impact that's creating a significant amount of efficiency with our providers. Cerner continues to be a driving force in healthcare information technology today, and we will continue to do that to allow our providers to practice more efficiently every day.
In what ways has the EMR stimulus money and meaningful use impacted the EHR industry, good or bad?
On the whole, it's been very positive for the industry at large. What it has done is it has created a significant number of new conversations with physician practices that are taking notice and looking around to see what EMR capabilities are available to them today. The other thing that it has done is created a consolidation effect of the 400 plus EMR vendors that exist in the market today, because the standards have emerged at a level that's high enough that's really making it very difficult for all of those EMR vendors to comply with. And so one of the most important things for a physician practice to consider as they're making an EMR decision is the long-term sustainability and viability of their partner. Cerner has been exclusively focused on healthcare IT for the last 34 years. Finding a partner that's going to be with you along this journey, not just to the point of conversion, but beyond, and really work with you to help optimize your workflow and embark on this journey together, we are the best fit in this marketplace for those partners today. There aren't necessarily negative effects of the meaningful use reimbursement exercise, but what I would say is it's not the only reason to implement an EMR. And the vast majority of physician practices that we work with on a daily basis recognize that. It's a mechanism to help offset the cost of implementing an EMR, which is fantastic, but the second order effects of truly automating your practice, digitizing your workflow are significantly more valuable than the reimbursement dollars that you have a chance to receive over the next few years.
What are the top reasons why doctors are adopting EHR software today?
This is the most dynamic industry in the world that still largely revolves on paper. Physicians are making the decision to adopt an EMR today, not solely for the meaningful use reimbursement dollars like we've talked about, but largely because of the second order effects that come from that. The ability to interoperate with other care providers that are treating a person and have the most complete picture of that person's health at any given time. The ability to comply with reimbursement models, emerging reimbursement models, and other payment reforms that are coming down the pike largely revolves around an automated practice and a digitized workflow. And providers want to provide the best patient care they can at any given time. And to do that, you need the ability to have the most recent medical research at your fingertips as you're treating the patient. All of those things cannot exist without a digitized workflow, and that is largely why providers are making the decision to adopt an EMR today.
What are the main reasons physicians are not adopting EHR?
There's a great quote that I love: that people fear change more than they fear death itself. And the journey from changing your practice from a paper-oriented workflow to an electronic medical record can be daunting. Some of the concerns that I hear are around price point, or around increase in time spent with the documentation exercise while they see patients, all of those things. What we've done as a partner of our clients is work with them and leverage the best practices of thousands of implementations across the country to help mitigate those challenges. Certainly there are mechanisms to help offset the cost of implementing the technology, and in terms of navigating the workflow in a way that's going to keep your throughput whole. That's what we've done around our implementation process to guide our partners through that in a way that makes them very savvy with the technology at the point of go live, so that we're not reducing the workflow of their practice as a go live experience ensues. That's not the ultimate goal of our journey, though, by any means. Conversion is just another milestone along the way. We spend a significant amount of time with our partners working with them post-conversion to ensure that they continue to use the system in its optimized capacity. So there are concerns that we recognize, and we're sensitive to those. By and large, we have been successful at managing through those and ensuring that our clients are very successful along the way.
What will differentiate Cerner's EHR 5 years from now?
Cerner has a strong focus in the ambulatory market, and that will continue to differentiate us in the future. Healthcare is entirely too important to stay the same. We will differentiate ourselves based on our focus on innovation and iterating the capabilities of our technology. Cerner will spend $1 billion in the next 5 years on research and development, largely focused on the physician experience and managing the workflow and the efficiencies and allowing them to do what they do best, and that's practice medicine and treat their patients in the best way possible. What our responsibility will continue to be is future-proofing our clients against the emerging payment reforms and industry regulations, things like that. We take a very long view on this market while executing the short term, but helping our clients navigate the changes that are coming down the path. Cerner grew up in the acute space. We've operated in the ambulatory market for the last 15 plus years, and what we are setting out to achieve as an organization broadly will not be possible without digitizing the physician practice landscape and automating our physician practice partners. So the real focus that Cerner has is around innovation, and that will continue to differentiate us over the next 5 years.